As you can see, I've spent a little bit of time clearing up around the rabbit, and I've taken the edge off here. It could use a little bit of colour adjustment and maybe a little bit of the dodge and burn to shade it. We'll have a look at that later. But the biggest problem between this body and that body is the colour. Now, to change the colour, I'm going to need to use an adjustment layer. There's a couple you can use. So you can use hue saturation. That's absolutely fine, and you might want to just use the hand tool here so you can move your rabbit into view if you can't see it, and we can change the hue, and you can see the rabbit is changing colour mildly. However, the background is also changing colour. We could do what we did before and kind of cut it out, but actually what we're going to do is we're going to right click and put on a clipping mask. And can you see this little arrow? That means that this is only applying to this layer. So now when we change the hue, we can change only that layer. So I'm going to find the yellow. Let's getting there, it's a bit too green there. And so you can take a little time to do it here, and you can actually also just increase the saturation of the yellow, or you can desaturate the yellow, so you can make it sort of a bit yellower, and then I think it probably needs to be a little bit redder, and you can just have a look at changing it to get it as close as possible. I'm not doing a hugely good job of this because I'm obviously live on video and it takes me a little while to play around. Right, so now we've got that, we've still got the question of this join. So you can do this one of two ways. Well, there's more ways, but this will do. I've got my layer mask here, and I can select the brush tool, and this time I'm going to go for a very, very soft brush. Okay, like so. And now, because I've got a very soft brush, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. There we are. And I can go onto here, and you see it just sort of edges it in. It edges it in. You can also use the clone brush to try and clone some sort of patches of this kind of fur into the rabbit, and some of the rabbit fur back into the chick, to kind of make it seem a little bit more seamless. So that is the basic technique. You can also, as an adjustment layer, as well as using the hue saturation, because that works better for brighter colours, you can also put on an adjustment layer for the colour balance. When you put on the colour balance, first of all, let's make it a clipping mask, like so. And what I can do is I can change, for example, the mid-tones to have more green and red and less blue. And you can see that makes it really obviously yellow. You would need to have a play around with that. So that's the skills we need, and hopefully you'll be able to get it looking as good as mine if you just play around with those and start having a look at how the settings improve or indeed make worse the join between the two images.